This is part 5 of Why the Fuck Did I Stay? So, recap of part 4. I done got home. I'm distraught. I done lost the store. You know, he's telling me that I gotta tell you something. So I was like, what's up? He was telling me, he was like, you know, you was right. The cousin's girlfriend, she was trying to come on to me. She did want to have sex with me when I was over there and we got into it. She was trying to have sex with me and I told her no, which is why she's mad. You know what I'm saying? That's why you caught us arguing and everything. So I was like, oh, makes sense. So I'm already on 10. I'm like, I'm ready to go to her. I'm ready to, cuss her ass out. He was like, no, don't do that because, my cousin's involved. I don't want to get in a mix and a drama and I'm trying to keep down confusion. I don't want to mess up their relationship. So I was like, okay, cool. But just know, I got my eyes on her. Okay. So time goes past and around this time, his birthday is coming up. So he had told me he had never had a birthday. So I'm like, I'm going to do it the fuck up for your birthday. Like, I'm going to show you that I am that man. Like, you just proposed to me. So so I don't throw him this big old lavish birthday party. Everybody shows up, including the cousin and the cousin's girlfriend. So everybody's bringing their little gifts. The cousin's girlfriend, she decides to get this big old nice gift wrap, and I'm going to just did it the fuck up. Mind you, the gift was a brand new Apple Watch. So at this time, I'm confused because she's barely got 2 pennies to rub together. So how the fuck did she afford to buy this man an Apple Watch? So I'm like, I'm confused. Like, are you fucking him? Or am I fucking him? Like, what the fuck? Bitch, why are you buying him an Apple Watch? So I felt some type of way, but mind you, I didn't say nothing. She still don't know that I know that she tried to come on to him. Cool. So, party's over. We goes home. Time goes on. A couple days later, his phone is blowing up. I'm like, who the fuck keeps calling your phone? He was like, it's this bitch. So I was like, answer the fucking phone. So she gets on the phone. She's talking her shit. So I gets on the phone. I'm like, look, bitch, like, don't keep calling his motherfucking phone. She was like, oh, you don't know. No, bitch, know what? Like, you thought I didn't know? Like, I did know because guess what? He told me. So she was like, oh, no, you don't know. You don't know. So she done got back on the phone with him and was like, if you don't tell him, I'm going to tell him. So I'm like, tell me what? Like, didn't you already tell me that she tried to come on to you? And she was like, oh, no, it's more, sweetie. It's more. Hangs up. I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? He was like, listen, calm down. Because at this point, I'm jacked the fuck up. I'm like, what the fuck? So he was like, calm down. He was like, when I was he was stumbling. So I'm like, bitch, spit it out. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck happened? He was like, well, we fucked in her car. Bitch, motherfucking bitch. When I tell you, bitch, he was every motherfucking bitch in the book. Get your shit, get the fuck out. Like, bitch, you really just sit up here and played in my motherfucking face. Had this bitch, spent all this money for this fucking party. This bitch done came, like, I ain't never, ever been this mad. This is the first time I blew the fuck. Bitch, get the fuck out. So he done called his mama and, went over to mama's house. I'm like, bitch, I'm done. Fuck you, fuck her, fuck the cousin, fuck all y'all. Like, bitch, I'm good. Bitch, and I just lost my store. I'm good. Bye. So that was it. So I'll tell y'all what happened in part 6. So this is part 6 of Why the Fuck Did I Stay? So at this point, like, bitch, you got me fucked up. Like, you playing in my motherfucking face. Get the fuck out. I don't give a fuck where you go. So he goes over to the baby mama's house and goes and stay. So a couple days later, I reach back out. We figures it out. We talk. He comes back home. And now we come back home. We just trying to figure out, like, what the fuck is going on. So we both decided that it's time for a vacation. Like, we just need to clear our minds. Like, we just need a vacation. So I had some friends for the store. They was like, they was going to Miami for Rolling Loud and we should come. So I was telling him he was down. So we done packed our stuff, went to fucking Miami for the Rolling Loud. Mind you, we gets to Rolling Loud on the strip. I'm introducing him to the friends. I'm like, this is Bay, like, whatever the case be. And they're like, oh my God, like, We walk in the strip. Every motherfucking body thinks that he's a motherfucking celebrity. Everybody's stopping him to take motherfucking pictures. He's telling these people, like, yeah, I'm a rapper, blah, 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 blah. So here we go with this shit. So I'm just letting him have his moment. So he had on all of these chains that I had bought him from Shop Go. So, mind you, we're just having a good time. So we gets back to the house or whatever the case be. And you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good at this point. So I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm horny. Like I wanna, let's do what it do. So he was like, nah, I'm not in the mood. Like I'm having a good time. Like, okay. So he was like, and I'm trying to be respectful of your friends. Like, I don't really want to do that. Like, I'm trying to have like my privacy when we do what we do. I'm like, I don't really think that makes sense, but I'm just like, all right, like I ain't great to really like press you about it. Like I ain't great to press you for no sex. So, the girl that's in the house with us, we in this big old Airbnb. Every time we in the house chilling, he's going to her room and they talking. So I'm like, what the fuck you keep going to, like, what is y'all talking about that's so motherfucking important? Like, I'm confused. So every time I go in there, I could kind of like feel like that he's just trying to like front me, like he's trying to play it off, like, that we ain't like how we like. So at this point, he done came back to my room and I'm just like, why are you acting weird? Like, what do you want? Fuck this bitch? He bloops out. What the fuck? You tripping? Why the fuck would you ask me that? Like, I'm trying to have a fucking good time. You ruining my motherfucking time. We arguing in the motherfucking house. Everybody's just like, what's going on? Like, like we good. Like, we good. Like, we good. So we goes to sleep, wakes up in the morning so we can go to Rolling Loud. So we gets up. Tensions is still high. Like, I still got a motherfucking attitude because last night you had me fucked up. Like, the way you talking, like, you got me fucked up. So I ain't really saying, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to enjoy myself. I'm going to have a good time. We get to the Rolling Loud. I'm walking. He speeds up and starts walking with the girl. They're working side by side. You would have damn near fucking been holding hands. So I'm like, I'm confused. Like, did you come with her or did you come with me? Like, I'm confused. So one of the guy friends that we with, I'm looking at him and he's looking at me. We scratching our heads like, what is this? So, me, I walks up to them, me, and I'm in my playful voice. I'm like, sweetie, he's mine. It's like, come with me. So he's like, what are you doing? Bitch, what do you mean? What am I doing? Like, what do you want to fuck this bitch? Like, I'm confused. Like, what are you doing? So he's like, you tripping. Just goes off again. Mind you, it is thousands of people out here at this motherfucking Rolling Loud. So he's like, you tripping. You doing all this motherfucking bullshit. You mad because I didn't have sex with you. Putting our business on fucking on Front Street. I'm pissed. I'm like, you know what? Bitch, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not ready to do this with you. So I walks out. So he catches back up with me, snatches me, grabs my fucking arm. I'm like, bruh, get the fuck off me. So he was like, nigga, fuck you. Mug me into the earth, into the motherfucking street. And so, mind you, I'm embarrassed as fuck. I'm like, you are really like in fucking embarrassing me. Like, what the fuck are you on? So they like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. Y'all can go to the fucking Rolling Loud. I don't even want to fucking go no more. Like, he got me fucked up. So he done went with the little girl and one of the other guy friends, and they done went around the fucking Rolling Loud and left me. So the other guy, he stays with me. He's just trying to make sure I'm okay. I'm like, I'm good. Like, I'm pissed off. Like, he's got me fucked up. So, mind you, we goes, they're enjoying one part of the concert and we're enjoying another part of the concert. He's trying to contact them. Nobody has service, so we can't call one another. So we just have to see him when we see him. So eventually, probably like an hour later, we seen him and catches back up with them. So I sees him, he sees me. I'm like, we need to talk. So we goes over to the side and he was like, look, I apologize. I'm sorry. Like, I overreacted. Like, I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm just really just trying to have a good time. Like, can we deal with this later? I go to I again. I'm like, yes. I'm like, let's have a good time. Like, these are my friends. Like, I'm really, like, first impression is the best impression. Like, this is fucking terrible. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we gets home. We goes to sleep. Next day, it's time to go home. So we gets in the rental car. We're headed to the airport. And I'm just like, okay, now that nobody's around, this is the perfect time to talk. And I'm trying to figure out, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why did you front me in front of this bitch? Like, did you want to fuck this bitch? Like, why didn't you want to have sex with me? Like, I need to know. He's like, look, I don't want to talk about this right now. I'm just trying to get home. No, bitch, you're going to motherfucking talk about it. Like, we're going to talk about it. He's like, oh, there you go. You going to make me talk you with control and shit. I'm like, okay, so now I'm controlling. Like, because I'm trying to get you to have a conversation with me about why the fuck you just did what the fuck you just did. Like, what the fuck? So I'm already pissed off because I really want my ones because you don't mug me in the motherfucking street. So I'm like, bitch, if you don't like, bitch, we're not going home no motherfucking way. We will stay in Miami until the motherfucking fuck you talk. So he's like, nigga, you got me fucked up. So I'm like, you got me fucked up. At this point, I'm like, bitch, what you want, fight? So I pulls over. I'm like, get the fuck out. Like, what's up? He gets out. We squares up. We start fighting. In the midst of us fighting, his shoulder popped out of place. And he's like, ah. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, let's just stop. We gets back in the car. I'm scarred up. He's scarred up. We gets to the motherfucking airport to leave. In the midst of us being in the motherfucking airport, I'm just looking at him with attitude. He's looking at me with attitude. And out of nowhere, we just fucking bust out laughing when we made eye contact. I'm just like, how the fuck? Like, I'm like, here I go with my dumb ass again. I'm like, yeah, I love you. I was like, because I done beat your ass. And here I am laughing like this shit's okay. So I was like, now we're toxic. I said, this is some fucking toxic shit. So next part, I'll tell you what happened when the motherfucking fuck we gets home. This is part 7, just to basically like an intermission, just to catch you up of the timeline of things and when things just happen. So I met him, like I said, May 6th. This is during COVID of 2020. Speed it up. His daughter was born June 23rd of 2020. So around this time, you know, there's a whole gap for like the rest of that year. So like at this time, me and him, we just really just enjoying our time together. You know, we with the baby mama. At this point, I'm helping him raise the baby. So we back and forth over the baby mamas. He's back and forth over our house. You know, we spending time with his family. You know, his family wants to be involved. So we're spending holidays and Thanksgiving and all of this crazy crap. He done met my family. You know what I'm saying? Just your average, nothing too crazy, nothing exciting. So speed it up. The next year of 2021 is when I opened the store. So, you know, speed it up some more. I lost the store. Let me see. What was this? I would say May. So this is probably like around May when we was in the summertime. So May, we had got into it really, really, really bad. I lost the store. And then come June, July was his, you know, when I found out about the little girl, his birthday was July the 1st. So that's when we had the big old birthday party for July 1st. You know, we had made up. Rolling Loud was later that month in July. So it was like the end of July. So that's where we're at now. So at this point, we had been together for a year and a half-ish. And this is where we at. We in motherfucking July of all of this shit that's going on. And mind you, so the time that me and him has been together, you know, we don't have Christmas. He done had his first birthday, which I didn't talk about. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of stuff that has been going on. Like, I've been working, like, we've been bossing the fuck up. Mind you, we don't even move from one apartment to the next apartment. Like, the money's coming in. So, you know, at this point, he's getting this money. I'm buying him. I'm splurging on him. He's getting whatever the fuck he wants at this motherfucking point. And he's starting to feel his motherfucking self. So he's starting to look good. At this time, you know what I'm saying? I done got him fly. You know, he done got his hair done. You know, he's in everything designer. Like, at this point, we both in designer. So the whole city is knowing about us, and you know, they hip to us, and like, we like the next big thing of Louisville, Kentucky. Like, everybody knows us. Like, we on the clothing line. We don't went to Instagram. Everybody knows us on Instagram. Like, we LGBTQ popular. Everything is going on. So we don't even went to Pride I think at one point of time. Like, you know, all the gays in Atlanta was like, oh my gosh, like, y'all this thing, like, y'all cute, blase, y'all together, all of this crazy crap. And so, you know, he's the bomb.com. We've been going to the gym. His body done got back right. And, so at this point, I just feel like that he just been wild and just like, I can't tell him shit. So at this point, we done got into it. He's starting to call me controlling. You know what I'm saying? We having issues, you know, about when I want sex, he's trying to pick and choose when the fuck he wants to have sex and all this and that. But it ain't got bad yet. Later down the line, we're gonna get into like how bad the trying to have sex done got. So You know what I'm saying? So we're constantly going to parties, like in our city. Like we go to parties every motherfucking weekend. Like I don't even like to party. So, you know, to go show my face, you know what I'm saying? He convinced me to go to all these parties. We're going to all these parties. Like we're just stars at this point. So he done got a little clout behind his name. He done built up his social media, got a little followers. Manager just still in a 1.5 year time frame. And that's that. So in part A, I'm just going to basically pick up where I left off, you know, when we left from Miami. And this is still the end of July of 2021. And we got all the way to motherfucking 2024, which is today to go. So enjoy the ride. So this is part A of why the fuck did I stay? So recap, you know, we don't get back from Miami. We done got into this big fight. You know what I'm saying? We done made up, laughed it off. So we gets back home. You know what I'm saying? He done got all his anger out. I done got all my anger out. It ain't nothing but good vibes. So now we don't have makeup sex. I'm just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Show me that this is really what you want. Like, show me, you know what I'm saying? Do me like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling like I'm feeling, whatever the case be. Mind you, so we don't move into this new apartment. You know what I'm saying? Life is lifing at this point. I'm not on this old apartment where I got Section 8. I have to pay these real bills. So I'm telling him, I'm like, you know, you got to step up to the plate. Like, you're going to have to get a job or do something to pitch in. He was like, cool, I'm going to give him a job. He gets him a job at Spectrum. So mind you, this is a good job. So I'm like, congratulations. Like, I'm so proud of him. I'm like, baby, like you did it. Like, you done got this job. Like, this is good. So he's excited. I'm excited. So mind you, I'm taking him to the work. I'm taking him to the job. He has to be at work at 8 a.m. every single morning. So every morning that I'm taking him to work, he has this little team meeting thing that they do before they go to the work site, and it's like 30 minutes long. So every morning when I'm taking him to work, I have to stay in the parking lot for 30 minutes until he gets done with the meeting, and then I have to take him to work. So mind you, all his little coworkers, they kind of like uppity or whatever the case be. Everybody has to wear suits and shit to the job. So, you know what I'm saying? He done introduced me to everybody the first time. He comes outside. He's like, oh my God, y'all, this is my fiance I was telling you guys about. You know, we're rich. You know, we have this clothing line. You know what I'm saying? He's just, you know, just bragging it up at this point. So I'm like, yeah, like, hey guys. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really like to be put on the spot. So they looking, they like, oh, this, you know, this nigga, he probably really do got some money because I pulled up in a 2019 Lexus GS 350. Everybody else was driving hoopties. So they like, oh, like they really doing. He's like, I really don't need this job. You know, I'm just working here just, you know, to whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. So imagine I'm meeting all the coworkers, and one of his coworkers is this little girl. You know, she's cute, nice body. And I'm looking at her. I'm like, yeah. See, this bitch gonna be a problem. I already know that this bitch gonna be a problem, but I'm just like, whatever. You know, at the end of the day, you know, we're trying to focus on work. So mind you, every day he's going to work. So I'm noticing like that when they get paired up, like he's getting paired up with this girl. So they're going to the work sites together and working all day. So imagine if he gets to work at 8 o'clock and he doesn't get off till 7 at night, that means that he's with this girl all damn day. They're spending time doing God knows, getting to know each other at work. So, you know, from time to time, me and him would talk on the phone during the day. You know what I'm saying? He would tell, I'm working, I got to get off the phone. I'm like, okay, cool. I would pop up on him sometimes and bring him food. Mind you, I had his location, so I'm always checking the location. He's always at work. I'm like, okay, you know, he's doing what he's supposed to do. So one day, I was pulling up to his job to bring him some food. I get in the parking lot. It was like an hour or 30 minutes before he had got off work. He's in the motherfucking car with the little girl. They just sitting in the car. I'm on the other side of the parking lot. I'm watching at this point. Mind you. So I'm like, okay. So I calls his phone. He's ignoring the phone calls. I am literally watching this nigga ignore my fucking phone calls. So I'm like, I'm not going to do it all this at his job. So I politely drives over there and I pulls up and I'm like, hey, you know, he was like, oh, hey, baby, you know, we just sitting here talking, you know, job has been good. We done did all our work for the day. I'm like, okay. I'm like, you didn't see me call? He's like, oh, I wasn't even checking my phone. Bitch, you lying. But I'm just like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not going to make a scene. So I'm like, well, I brought you some food. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, no, I already ate. She bought me some food. Bet. So she's buying you food now. Okay, cool. Don't worry about it. So, you know, time goes on. I didn't even think nothing about it. A few mornings had passed. So I woke up one morning. I was like, look, I'm getting up every morning, like, I'm trying to, F-U-C-K. I don't really want to say it. So he was like, I'm not in the mood right now. Like, I ain't even focused on that right now. I'm focused on my job. I've been working. I'm tired. Like, I don't want to do this. I'm like, look, it's been about a week. Like, I'm sexually frustrated. Like, there's no way. Like, we fuck almost every day. Like, there's, like, what's up? So he was like, look, I don't want to talk about this right now. I got to get to work. I'm like, so it's just basically like, fuck what I'm talking about. I was like, you making excuses at this point. I'm like, you see me. I was like, I can have anybody I want. So why are you sitting up here trying to do all this? He's like, well, go fuck whoever you trying to go fuck. All right, bitch. Don't worry about it. Keep that motherfucking same energy. And plus, on top of that, don't ask me to take you to work. Bitch, you found your own motherfucking way to work. He's like, okay, cool. He walks out the motherfucking door. Somebody takes him to work. Later that day, so in my mind, I think about it, and I'm just like, I feel bad. So I calls him. I'm like, hey, I apologize for the way I acted earlier. Like, it was stupid for us to be arguing over some fucking sex. And he was like, yeah, I agree. And I apologize, too, for the way I went about it. And he was like, I heard what you're saying about the sex. He was like, so when I get home, we can make it up. And, I'll make it up to you and give you some. Cool. So I'm like, all right. So I'm feeling my way. So I'm like, well, where are you at now? He was like, I'm at the bar with my team, we celebrating or whatever the case be at this bar. So he was like, I'll be home and I'll call you when I'm on my way home. I'm like, all right, cool. So imagine this is at nighttime, probably like 9 or 10 o'clock. I'm waiting at home because I'm like, I'm ready to get, I'm ready to get some. So I'm waiting. I'm like, where is he at? So I wasn't trying to blow up his phone. He said he's going to be on his way home. So that's cool. So I'm sitting up waiting on him. I done fell asleep at this point. I'm like, what the fuck? I done woke up out of my sleep. I'm like, where he at? He's still here? I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm calling his phone. He's not answering. I'm texting. Everything's going straight to voicemail. None of the messages I get sent. I'm like, what the fuck is he at? So, mind you, I'm trying to track his location because I got his location. He done stopped sharing the location. I'm like, okay, bitch. Like, now you're playing like, where the fuck you at? You supposed to have been home. Like, where are you at? It's 3 o'clock in the morning at this point. So I'm thinking. I was like, think, bitch, think. We was in Miami. When we was looking for him, he gave the location to one of our friends. And I was looking on his phone one day, and I was mapping it. I was like, why he still got this man's location? So I didn't even think nothing of it. Bingo. I got dude's number on my phone, so I called him. I was like, listen, I was like, Val, he done lost his phone. I done made up something. I was like, we trying to find his phone. I was like, do you think you can help me and him, where can you help track it? He's like, oh yeah, I forgot I do got his location. Yeah. He's up the, it say his phone is up the street at Taco Bell. Huh? Taco Bell? I thought you was at the bar. Cool. Say less. I hangs up. I done jumped out of the house. I'm in a road. I done got in my car. I done drove up to Taco Bell. As soon as I get to Taco Bell, I'm like, where the fuck is he at? No cars in the parking lot but one. Guess whose car it is? The fucking bitch from the work. So I'm like, oh. So I pulls on up. They're in the motherfucking car undressing each other, kissing. So they're about to fuck at this point. Snap, takes a picture. Plus, bitch, fuck all this. Bitch, I'm ready to beat your motherfucking ass because, bitch, you don't play with me for the last time. So he's like, oh, no, baby, I'm sorry. It's not what you think it is. Bop. So at this point, I'm trying to beat his ass. I don't tackle him. He's running from me. He's like, it's over. He's like, I'm sorry. And like all this, I'm like, I'm distraught. I don't know what to motherfucking think. So he's trying to run. I said, oh, so you trying to run? My ass done got big. So I done got in my car. I done try to run this man over. I'm furious. Like, I'm like, bitch, you done for today. Like, you are done. So the girl's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, bitch, fuck you, because bitch, you two-faced. Like, you knew what the fuck was going on. You sitting there playing in my motherfucking face, and you really trying to mess with my man behind my back, and you got a nigga. I'm confused. So I said, fuck it. I done get back home. I done took the pictures that I done took to them, and they got a work group chat. I done posted it in the work group chat, and I'm just like, yeah, you're going to lose your job today, too, on top of that. So he was trying to delete it. When I was fighting him, he broke his phone. So even if he was trying to delete it, the phone, he couldn't even get back in the phone to
to do it because the screen was messing up by this time. So I'm running out of time, so I'm ready to speed this up. So we gets back home. I say, oh, she drops him off. I'm pissed off about that too. So I'm like, oh, you want to work this out? We're going to do shit my motherfucking way. And you're going to do what I say now. So now, go to I again. Go to the next part. Go to part 9. Go to part 9.